All right. The Love Happy Hour.
With me, Kaylin Rosenberg. Oh, my. And my producer, Mingo.
Yes, hello.
Yes.
We are back.
We are back. We are back. It has been a new day, a new week.
Yep. Life.
A new month, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Since July. Yep. We've had July 4th.
Mm-hmm.
We've had a lot, you guys. We're going to catch you up. It has been a time. It has been a time. There's a lot going on in this world, isn't there?
Oh, yeah.
I sound like Kermit the Frog right now, but that's okay. According to Miss Piggy, he was quite cute and romantic. So.
Well, see? So you got something going on.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Keeping me humble. Yeah.
Yeah.
At least I have that going, the Kermit voice. I've got that
don't
going
worry, guys. It's okay.
Well, welcome. Hey, hello. So good to be back. We were thrilled to see that 9 of you.
Hey.
Woo, we're starting.
That's what we need.
Yeah, we need all 9 of you to just spread the word to your friends.
Yep,
so now that my
and
children and my family member, I'm just joking. But no, thank you so much for the love, though, that you have been sharing on social media. But no, seriously, I'm glad that you are supporting this. But let us know that you are watching and listening and downloading, and then also share it with your friends, because we are here to change, to learn, to grow, to have fun, and to just keep it really, really real, because there is not much in this world that we can trust that's real. We're all in the same place with starving for that and wanting it. And as you know, I've been doing this, or if you don't know, I've been doing this, working with love, dating, relationships, life, people, humans, fixing, healing, whatever is broken in your love life for almost 30 years. And I've about seen it all, or so I believe, and then I see more. But I will always and only be straight and real with you and tell you what you are doing that is keeping you from the love you absolutely want and deserve, whether you are single and seeking your person, or you are married or in a relationship and struggling. And I know that I am one of many, many experts out there, especially now with social media, that you can learn from, listen to. But my goal will be to give you a bit of a different take as often as I can to, in a sense, sort of balance things out, because I think there's a lot of the same thing being said over and over again. So if I can break that down and help you out even more, let's go there. Another thing that we're going to be doing on the show that I think I mentioned a bit last time in the first episode is taking your questions, taking your woes, your pains, your any area in your life that you are stumbling when it comes to love, even just loving yourself, whatever it is, or even if you have questions for me, about Mingo, anything, throw it at me. Let's go for it. So anyway, yeah, as far as, man, okay, so I don't even know where to start.
No, it's been a crazy week.
It has, yeah. So my family and I lost my father-in-law very unexpectedly a little over a week ago. What was supposed to be sort of a, hey, he's 86 years old. He had a really full and lovely life, but we really thought we were going to have him for a lot longer. Yeah. And he wasn't feeling great. And we've had many episodes of this before where we bring him in, we get him checked out. 3-4 days later, he checked in. He checked into heaven, honestly. And I have to say that it was one of the most, it sounds odd to say beautiful, but it really truly was. It was one of the most beautiful experiences, learning lessons, and wake-up calls that I've ever heard of and experienced personally. Period, the end. There were over 20 of us in his room.
Oh, wow.
Standing, surrounding his bed, and just constantly pouring love into him and thanking him and loving each other. I have to say that if any of us walked into that room in the beginning and we had any animosity between ourselves as family members. Sometimes you can get into quarrels or have issues where you just kind of don't agree or disconnect, or you just kind of tolerate. I have to say that honestly has all healed. There is a level of love in our family now we've never had, and so thank you, Chuck, for that amazing gift. We just love you so much, and so actually we are doing a little toast to Chuck during
All
today's Love Happy Hour.
Love you, Chuck.
Love you, Chuck. Love you, Dad. Just thank you for being such an example of love, of grace, of giving, of no judgment, being pure of heart, family first, values through the roof, man, and just true man, like all the way through. Just thank you for sharing that with us, and now allowing us the honor to
celebrate your
to
life.
celebrate and to just share and to keep that going. Yeah, even my husband is moved. I mean, it's just So he was a Crown Royal dude, and I have I think, what did I say, it was Basil Hayden? Is that right? Did I get it right?
I think so. I guess I didn't read it. It was some sort of combination of those words.
So my deal, here I have the Love Happy Hour show, and once again, you all know I'm not a big drinker, but here we go. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, Chuck. Cheers, Dad.
Maybe I should have done the same.
Ooh.
Maybe I should have tried what you had.
Do you not like yours?
Oh, mine's fine. It's a little intense. It's a different bourbon this time.
Oh, is it?
Yep. It's a little stronger than the other one.
So it's strong good or intense like the last tequila I had that I just could barely...
Maybe not as bad as the tequila, but
look how... I love that. Yeah, it was not intense. It was bad.
Yeah.
It was just... Sometimes we have to look at relationships like that, okay? So if it's feeling intense, is it intense in a great way, or is it just bad? And time to not water it down, but clean it up or throw it out.
Yep.
Dump that thing down the sink. Okay. So speaking of that, what do we have here? Oh, yeah. So we're going to talk about, man, so many different things this last week.
Dun, dun, dun.
Clients or humans or singles blocking love. We touched on this a little bit, I think, in the first episode. How are we blocking love? And it's always with our ego. And then therefore it's always with technically our pain, right? Our unhealed stuff is showing up through the ego. You hear this from everyone, you know this, and we know so much, right? We've learned so much, and we listen to or watch all of the experts out there, but very little of it do we actually take in, follow, and process. And I just have to say, you guys, again, this is directed really to singles right now that... Actually, I'll use a positive example. And then just realize, do the opposite of this. So, really lovely woman. I feel like did we talk about this? Or was this in the second episode that we actually filmed, or we actually recorded a second episode? I didn't like it, so we're going to trash it. So it might have been in there.
Yep.
So this is the second episode.
The real second
This
episode.
is the real one.
The real deal.
Yeah. Did we talk about the 5'6" versus the 6'7" guy?
I don't think so. I don't remember talking about that, so this might be some good stuff for me to hear too.
Oh, really?
I mean, I don't know. Let's hear.
Okay, well, we'll find out.
It.
Here we go. Okay, so I had this really lovely woman who was married to this amazing man, so the whole tall and handsome and successful and sexy and da-da-da-da-da. And
all the things.
Yeah, all the things in the world. And he passed away, and she was left really in a place of really feeling lonely, but yet also peaceful, because she had such a beautiful marriage and relationship with him. But she started to date, and she reached out to me and she said, okay, I actually have met this amazing man, but I'm really torn. I'm really stuck. He's 5'6", and I'm like, okay, that's a swing, right? So from 6'7" to 5'6", and she said, "Is this wrong? Should I let this turn me off?" And I'm like, oh man, this is where it's so tough with the reality of the ego and the world and all the stuff, right, that we so buy into, that we think we need to be attracted and loved for it to be amazing. And I said, you know what, have you kissed him yet? She's like, oh, yeah, I've kissed him. And even I could tell by her face, right?
Yep.
And so I said, so he's a good kisser? She's like, yeah, he's a really good kisser. I said, okay, that's really good. Is he smart? He's very smart. Okay, is he fun? He's super fun. Is he nice? Is he a gentleman? Yes, yes, yes. Is he cute? Oh, 100% he's cute. Okay, how's his style? It's fabulous. Okay, great. Does he have a good family? Yes. So I'm like, check,
He's
check,
like
check,
just
check.
a winner all around.
Yeah, but he's 5'6", and she's thinking,
Wah, wah.
should I let this guy go when everything is amazing?
Gosh, it's such a silly thing.
Because he's 5'6".
Yeah.
And I said,
This
no.
poor guy.
I know. Well, clearly not, because she just reached out earlier and said, hey, great news. We are totally dating and together, and she is having a blast, and they are falling in love. So there you go. There you go.
They're
All right?
all the short guys out there. Let's go.
Well, man, I know. Well, it just makes me so mad and so sad, though. So, honestly, slow down, get real. What are you really, really looking for? Mm-hmm. Pay close attention on the deepest level of truth and self-awareness and honesty that you can as to what your needs are really based on and how important are they with regard to bringing you the truth of love. Because if you're not honoring something on the deepest level of real and what's truly good for you, I promise you it is going to come back and bite you hard in the butt. I'm not joking. 30 years, folks, watching this stuff. It's going to bite you in the butt. Go for what is real, and you will be the happiest you've ever been, I promise. So please, please, please. Okay, so there's that. I'm looking at my notes, you guys. Yeah. What else? I mean, my goodness. Anything that you saw going on in the news, life, you want to chat about? Because you can equate it all to love.
Yeah, I mean,
how we screw it up.
I don't pay attention too much to it because I feel like there's just a lot of shenanigans that go on. Mm-hmm. I keep seeing a bunch of meme stuff about the presidential debate.
Yeah.
People making fun of it. I watched like 2 minutes. I'm like, oh, okay, I got the gist. It's just one person telling the other person how bad they are. And
I know.
It's really kind of bizarre that's what it's come to.
I know. Even if it's
why.
true or real on any side, it's sad.
It's so hard to tell
not
what's
helpful.
real. Though. I don't know who's. I feel like they're all lying, and I don't really know. It's really weird.
In this world, there's kind of always a lot of lying going on, even when people don't realize that they're lying. Mm-hmm. It's because they haven't done what I just asked you to do, please, a moment ago, which is just get really quiet, really centered with yourself, and look at the truth and the reality behind what you feel and what you believe and what you believe you need. We can lie to ourselves and believe what we're believing that isn't true or good for us. And then when we come from that space, we end up then lying to others, and we don't even know it always, right? So not all liars know they're liars.
Yeah.
That's like
kind of scary.
Think about that one. A little, yeah.
It's a little kind of,
yeah.
God, that's crazy. You can just fool yourself.
Oh, most people
Until
do.
you wake up, yeah.
Well, that's how they feel safe, right? That it's just a coping mechanism.
Oh, I guess
but
that makes sense, yeah.
It doesn't work very well.
No.
So going back to your time. So did you watch the debate? The debate?
I did not watch it, but like I said, I saw a bunch of memes, and I was like, what is going on? Like, these people keep talking about their golf scores, and I'm like, okay, I just tuned in just for a little bit, just skip through some stuff just to look at it, and I was like, okay, I get the idea. The whole hour of them just saying how the other person isn't doing anything and they're lying, and I'm like, okay, well,
so sad.
I guess that's what you both say about each other,
right? Not helpful.
It's weird. I don't know when it turned into just two people. I don't know why we don't have a whole bunch of options. Now it's just two. It's really, I'm like, I don't even know anymore what's going on.
You're really not following it. Yeah. Well, I kind of don't blame you. It's exhausting. It's sad. It's a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
This is when you really just have to hopefully believe in something higher, and trust
like
that there's something bigger and more beautiful going on behind the scenes.
My gosh, I don't know.
Yeah. So I think that I think it's sad. I just think it's sad. Mm-hmm. But we're going to find out soon, aren't we? On November 5th.
Yeah, right. I mean, well, the world's going to do what it's going to do, and I feel like what's good seems to peek through and come through in some sort of way. So if not good's happening, it'll crumble somewhere, and something will come out of it that maybe no one's expecting.
So did you hear what he just said? So that's what I was saying in the beginning, that no matter what, if you're not being true to yourself, you're not being fully present and honest, you're not listening to the depths of what is really real within yourself and what you need and want and what honors you at your highest level, it all comes back, like I said, and bites you in the butt. Okay. So we'll see what happens with that. What else is going on?
How about losing some weight here? How about the love diet?
Oh, that's another
whole
the love diet. Okay, so I started a diet. Today is day 3. And my family's like laughing at me and making fun of me because I can't stand dieting. I think it's stupid.
It's like a trendy thing. You do it and then you stop.
Yeah. It's just, it's like, why? Okay. I have to really think about this. We need to love ourselves wherever we are at. We need to be able to see ourselves, see our body, realize that, hey, it's here. We are alive right now. And to what degree am I loving myself, loving on myself, and honoring my body? And if you are doing anything, whether you are considered overweight, medically or just in your own mind or according to society's standards of what is whatever, or just for yourself, we need to look at really if you are overweight, where is that? Why? Like, why? And people will be like, well, because I eat too much, or I eat too many, I consume too many calories. Yeah, or I don't exercise enough, or I don't move enough. Okay. Let's be really loving and easy on ourselves. Regardless of where we're at, let's look at, okay, if there's something that we need to lose, if there's weight we need to lose, where is it coming from and why? So go, again, deeper than the surface level answer. And oftentimes, as we know, it can be either an addiction to food, it can be our bodies are so amazing, they tell us all the time what we need. So it could, through cravings, it could be that, our brain is low in in dopamine or in serotonin, or and so our bodies will, as you know, and I know you've heard a lot of this, but it's true. Like, we have this total pharmacy and this whole thing going on within that's always there to protect us and to guide us and to get us to really to our best. And so if we're eating a lot of salt, or we're eating a lot of carbs, or we're eating a lot of sugar, that ends up then in our brain turning into and in our body into an addiction oftentimes, that can get out of control. It's really just our body trying to love itself and saying, I'm down, I'm depressed, my dopamine is low again, and my serotonin is low, and I'm trying to kick it in organically and naturally, and the way I'm doing it is working for the brain and the experience of life for the moment, but it's really not good for the body, and now it's showing up in the body, and now I've got all this extra weight. Now I'm not healthy. Now my heart's not healthy. Now I know this is really happy, isn't it? But it's real. And so the diet. So we all need to be. The love diet was really the way my business started and was formed 28 years ago on what I called the love diet, meaning shedding the pounds of everything in your life that isn't serving you and isn't loving yourself. And when you do that, you automatically lose all of the weight that you are holding onto and carrying that you didn't even think you had. So whether you're losing physical weight and, like pounds on the scale, or you are losing a relationship that is, or releasing, I should say, a relationship that is really not healthy and loving for you or towards you, or at certain friends or people, or a job, or clutter in the house, whatever it is, that is the focus of the love diet. And so, but going back to me dieting day 3, I got to a point where, I just love food and I really kind of don't care. I'm not into the whole worrying about looking perfect and having, based on that's a whole other thing. Different standards. I mean, what I really typically just put on a bunch of makeup, and no, I usually don't have any makeup on. But anyway, I do this for you. But there's a wedding coming up, and I have a dress that I bought, and it's beautiful, and apparently it doesn't zip up.
Uh-oh.
And I'm like, okay, I work really hard, and I spent the money that I earned that I work really hard for in this dress, and I want to be able to wear it. It's beautiful, and I don't fit into it because at night I like to sit down, totally brain fry out on other experts and blogs, and eat my pop chips and my I do.
It's better than Oreos.
It depends on the day. But apparently it crept up, after 50, 55, getting closer to the big 60, the body and the weight shifts. And so anyway, nonetheless, I'm just trying to lose some weight to get into my dress. But what I'm also losing and recognizing is, again, especially since this experience with my father-in-law, are all the other things in my life that aren't serving me? And I want you to do the same. And so as I'm thinking first, oh crap, okay, I can't zip my dress. I need to be able to get into this sucker in 3.5 weeks. And I'm like, oh, great. That means I can't eat this and I can't eat this. And I'm just feeling totally like tapped out. I started to shift the narrative of, wait a second, I got to go back to what I preach, right? Loving on myself, being healthier. What kind of fat is it that I gained, or weight is it that I gained? And has that been affecting my heart? And I don't know it. My different organs, and I don't know it. And that's part of what happened with my father-in-law. You know, I think that maybe had he eaten differently, as the case with many of us, or drank maybe a little less, right? That he maybe would have been here a little bit longer with us. And so I think it was a massive wake-up call. And so I found myself not just now excited to get healthier, and I'm not looking at it really so much as a diet anymore. I'm just excited to feel my body in movement, and I just started lifting and exercising again, and that feels super good. And being outside more, that feels good because I can work and work, you know, as we all can.
Yep.
But
you
then,
get trapped up in it. Yep.
Oh, totally. But then at the same time, brought an organizer in and just cleaning out house and organizing all my shit, and then I'm out in the yard weeding, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like my life. And as I'm pulling every single weed, I'm picturing different people and friends that aren't healthy, and
Yep.
this and that, and just energy and words and thoughts, and I'm like, every weed is one of those, and I'm just getting rid of it. It has felt so good, you guys. So please listen to this and try this in your life. Do this in your life. Try your love diet. And that's the whole thing that turned into the mylovedesign.com that we'll go more into when we start going into the steps and all of that. We can all do this together. So that's that. Weeding and organizing, losing weight, and getting into dresses.
I think the love diet's great. It's a good way to look at it.
It's just real. It's true.
You can apply it to anything, like even just how you're being with when you're, you know, there's nothing happening and you're just bored. You know, you can be like, oh, my life sucks. I'm not doing anything. What am I doing? You know, I'm wasting away. No, you're just enjoying self-time, you know?
Yes.
Downtime,
Yes.
you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
And again, even in that moment, yes, we can get we can be in a space that probably is for a little too long, that isn't probably the best for us. But then again, even with that, be gentle with yourself and love yourself, and just, again, ask yourself why, and stay there until you are kind of prompted from your heart and your spirit and your soul to go somewhere else and to do something different. Because there is, you know, as crazy as our world is, and as much crap as we have going on, we can make the difference, honestly, within ourselves. We have more power than you know. And, you know, and that even goes to the whole energy thing, right? And quantum physics thing. I mean, that stuff is, honestly, you guys, I'm not kidding. Eye roll or not, that stuff is so real. It's so real. So... Yeah. Our whole world is based on the energy and the thoughts we all have, right? And
I think the positive ones have more energy than, like, quantifiable energy than the negative ones.
Say that again.
So, like, positive thoughts.
Yes.
So if you have a few positive thoughts, but like a whole bunch of bad thoughts, the few positive thoughts have more power to sort of override those other ones. I feel like they carry with them a higher frequency. So they have more potential to offer balance, if that makes sense.
Yes.
And I don't know if I'm sort of just thinking, rambling.
No, it's good. It's good. You always have me thinking. And I love how your wisdom and your thoughts challenge me and make me think more. Intuitively, when you were saying that, what I was hearing is that, no, it's even.
Yeah.
Right? Meaning, do positive thoughts have more power than negative thoughts? No.
You don't think so?
Which is why we have to be so careful.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Right?
Yeah.
But if we can put more focus and energy into thinking, not just thinking positive, like, you know, affirmations in the mirror, but really focused on, even just focusing on the word love can change the chemistry in our body, just even scientifically. They've done these studies where they're scanning the brain, and you can think of a word, or you can be in a really bad mood, and all of a sudden someone will show you a picture of your daughter or a grandchild or your cat that you just love, and all of a sudden everything shifts and the energy shifts, and but then they can show you something else that we're exposed to all the time through words we hear and the stuff going on with the campaign or the news, all the warnings, and then the complete opposite happens. So again,
that's kind of the love diet. Pick the love, and that's so hard because I feel like there's a lot more not love that you can consume. Like if you're just scrolling through the internet, it is overwhelmed with just like triggering, quick fix. It's lower energy is such a cheesy word to call it, but it's just like grabby. It grabs your emotions. Like, oh, that's funny. Oh, they're making fun of that guy. Oh, that's someone just punched somebody. Like it's just a bunch of really sort of extreme emotional, and it's like quick, out of context clips, so you're just like, I don't even know what that means, but and then it kind of messes you up.
But we feel it,
oh
right?
yeah, so the feeling is what leaves you funked out.
Yeah, and then we react, and then we indirectly take it out on ourselves and on each other all the time. Is it me, or is it? I mean, it's hot outside. There was a storm. I'm past hot flashes, but I mean, I feel like I'm in a shower right now, you guys.
I mean,
so,
I'm kind of a lizard, so I like the heat. So maybe it is. You could.
Oh well, it's getting hot in here. Okay.
Yeah, maybe it's the drink.
Man, okay. So, but you know what? If you guys are listening, my next one. So my number 10 person watching and listening. Yeah. If you happen to be in Vegas or Arizona, then or Nevada or Arizona, it's clearly much hotter there than it is here. So I'm sending you my love and some ice cubes.
And it's dry too. I think I prefer the humid, although humid makes it a little more intense. Yeah, the dry just drives me. I don't like it.
It drives you out.
Yeah, we get my.
So what else do we have going on that we want to talk about?
So I mean, we're kind of talking about the love diet. So maybe you can kind of, we've got another segment here, a little thing that says why you're still single.
Yeah, we talked about that because people are in their way. Their egos are too in control. Oh my God!
And maybe too, they're just kind of distracted. You're talking about the social media and these different things. Like sometimes I feel like there's almost too many layers for people to even recognize to really get. Because you make it sound like it's real simple. Just go to your love spot, But some people, I don't even know if they know. Like, how do I get there? Like I'm trying, and then they get mad because they're trying too hard. Like it's. I can even say that for myself.
They're not though.
There are some days where it's just like, how do I just shut up? The little thoughts, little ego running around trying to do things, and it's just. Sometimes it's so busy, you're just like, I don't know. It's just how I feel right now.
Okay, well, that's real and that's honest. Okay, so you said like 2 or 3 things in that one.
Sorry.
No, that's good. That's okay. Well, the first thing when you said they're trying too hard, they're not trying too hard. They're not trying hard enough. You're not trying hard enough.
Okay.
You are driving in the wrong direction. So therefore, it feels really difficult. It's like going against the tide. Right? It's going. You're. You have the whole opposite kind of negative. With kind of magnetic pull and energy happening. So it's like either this or and it's because of, again, not being really real, straight, honest with yourself and going to your higher self and really loving yourself and knowing your true value. Because if you did, you'd be making better decisions and you'd have better energy and better things around you and in your life. And it can be a shift that can happen like that. It really, really can. And I'm here to help you do that. And again, if this is frustrating you or you aren't agreeing with this, like, let us know. Tell us about that. Share your woes. Yell at me or tell me you like something. I don't know. Or ask me a question, and Mingo and I will answer it for you. But so we say it's hard, but we're making it hard.
Yeah,
it's not everything around us. It's us. It's what's within us, and we can shift that, and we can change that, and we can heal that. I'm a testament to it. Testament. Personally in my own life, as well as just having worked with thousands and thousands of people. But the other thing that you said too, it was really good. Kind of how you get it a different way, though. There was a little, like you're just trying too hard, or you're telling me about that
like
again.
You're
the
trying
second
too
part.
hard, or it's like I guess I don't know specifically what I said, but trying to get to that space where you can just, like it sounds real simple, but sometimes there's just too much stuff going on in your head, or the
yes.
energy's too
Yes.
intense, and you're just like, well, how do I? It just keeps going.
Yes.
It keeps telling me, and I can't.
Yes.
You can't really tell your thoughts to just shut up, but it's like, shut up.
Yeah. Well,
You
no.
know?
Well, excellent.
Yeah.
Because yes, it's what you have to do,
Okay.
but with love.
Oh, okay. Well, no, I get that. Makes sense.
Okay, so not.
Because I think you're meeting them. If you're meeting them with that intensity, they're just like, yeah, let's go.
Well, again, it's when we are in our highest self, when we are in our true adult. Like think of a healthy parent, a healthy adult. They very few exist. It takes a long time to get there. But when you're there, it creates a safe zone, safe energy. And it's why children need their parents to be adults.
Yeah.
And so if we have that running in our head, again, we know that trauma is stuck based on it's stuck in the age.
Mm-hmm.
We're at the age that we experience the most trauma or severe trauma or many traumas. And so that is the voice that shows up, whether it's a 3-year-old or a 5-year-old or a 9-year-old or a 14-year-old or. And so it will feel loud and out of control.
Mm-hmm.
And so we don't want to say shut up, but we are the adult now, right? We are in a space where we do have power and control, and we have to get into a humble, present mindset. And when we are sitting there and we're hearing this looping of messaging, especially if it's negative messaging or it's confusion in our head, we need to just take a moment wherever we are, get really silent and quiet as it's going da 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 da, and just say, "It's okay, it's okay, it's okay." But we need to stop. So stop, stop, stop. And when you do that, you will notice it stops. It hears you. That trauma, that pain, that fear, that's really what it's coming from. It doesn't feel safe. Something isn't feeling safe in your psyche, in your trauma, and so it's acting out. Our mind is hearing it, our ego is listening to it, and then we are reacting to it and then responding to it and then putting the energy from and of it out into life. And then others are seeing it and picking up on it, and they're either turned on or turned off and want to be around us, or they don't, or they're getting mad at us and judging us, or they're... This is why people respond the way they do to us. It's really... So, and whether they're aware of it or not, they might even call it something different than what it really is, because we're triggering their kid. We're triggering their trauma.
Yep.
So, which is stop, stop, stop. Like you're saying it, think of it as like stop. Like you're saying it like strong and firm, but with love. Like stop, I got you. I love you. It's okay. I know you're scared. I know you're overwhelmed. I know you feel like you aren't being seen. I know you feel like you're not being valued. I know you're feeling really alone. I'm stop. So I'm here with you, right? Just I'm here with you.
Mm-hmm.
We got this. It's okay. We got this. It's okay. And when it gets to a point of where you can literally, like I said, again, hear that calm and quiet, the voice starts to quiet itself, then we can talk to it and say, okay, where is this really coming from? And I think I've said this before, and you'll hear me say this many times again in the future. Our ego will come up again front and center and say, oh, it's this and this and this. It's her, it's what she did to me and what she said to me today. It's him and what he did and said today. It's the da-da-da. It's the bills I can't pay. It's this is too freaky. This is too, life is too much. And then it's going to start going all over again. You say, okay, yeah, I hear it. Yeah, because it just needs to be heard.
Yeah.
It just needs to be calmed. Just like a little child that's really scared and out of control.
Yeah.
It just needs an adult that is safe and present and loving to just be the safe space for it, to hear it, to see it, to recognize it, to be there, to hold it, to just be present and let it get its stuff out, and then feel safe so it can get present in its body again, so it can calm and center. And we can do that with ourselves. And so that's what we have to do, no matter what it is. I'm really scared about who's going to win the presidential campaign. I'm really scared of who's our next I'm not, but really, I'm really scared of that. I'm really scared about losing my partner. I'm really afraid of not finding someone. I'm really afraid that this. Okay, let's go there. Let's not judge it. Just, okay, why? And then once the ego is in there and it's in the way and coming at you, just say, yeah, you can step aside. I know you're there. You're the bodyguard to protect, but and thank you so much for your work and your job. And just relax. And it's amazing and beautiful. So you guys practice this. I'm not joking. It works. And it really works in relationships and marriages.
I mean, I can see that for sure.
Oh my gosh.
Because I feel like they feed each other.
Yes.
And
yes.
probably in ways where they're not even realizing they're doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I feel like too, it might only take one person to do it. and it might collapse the other person's ego.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's beautiful. Yes.
That's a good.
Lots heals that
Yeah, that's
way.
good. I've never thought to look at it that way, but that totally makes sense because that's just what it is. It's just trying to worry for you.
Right,
know?
trying to protect you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yet it's not very helpful.
No, it doesn't know how
to
to help. It just knows how to say it. That's funny.
Yeah. So, what else did I give you on your
Well,
notes?
let's we can maybe transition. How about
Yeah.
Christians and love? What can we talk about there?
As I'm drinking.
Yeah. Praise the Lord.
Yeah. So I had an experience with. I had an opportunity, still have it, to bring Christian singles that are really not being seen and given what they need in different churches the opportunity to find love with one another because they're Christian, they are faith-based, they want a faith-based relationship, it's very important to them. And so when I was given this opportunity, I was super honored and humbled and excited to do this as a fellow Christian. And sometime we'll get into my story and what that means to me and for me being a Christian and a follower of Jesus. And so anyway, started out fabulous and strong and good and exciting and great response. And then as we started to dive deeper and really dive deeper into this segment, I found myself really sad, and then I got angry. I became spiritually angry, thinking of things that, again, the anger isn't against the flesh; it's against the principalities involved. Whether you're a believer, a non-believer, whatever your faith is or not, just try to bear with me because it really just has to do with humanity. We all either believe in something or we don't, but what we do believe in is love, right? I hope, yeah. And so what I saw though was the opposite of what Jesus taught in their behavior, more than non-believers. I saw more disconnect from the truth and the passages and the teachings of the Bible and Jesus in the New Testament, or even going back to the Old Testament. I saw far more of that than not. And I thought, oh, this is where, we say as Christians, the enemy, right? The enemy this is where he can just really come in and do his deal, and he's just loving this. Wow, he can just break right into the church. He can break into the just most evangelical congregations that just really seem to have their prayer on and their game on and it together. So, and that's not the case. And I saw a lot of people just, again, really hiding behind using the term Christian. I'm a Christian. I attend Bible study. I lead Bible study. I go to church on Sundays. I. But not really looking at the heart, the spirit, the connection to God, to Jesus, and to how they were genuinely living out their lives, not to show others, but purely. Because I think it's a huge, for me, a huge honor to be able to be a child of. I want to be careful of that too. I don't know. I just love my Jesus. That's all I can say. I just love him as a man, as a being, as what I believe is the Son of God. And for me, that's who called my name. And I just love the principles, and I love my Lord. I think we may have talked about it before, but if you're remotely open-minded, just pick up the darn Bible, the New Testament, and read the entire Sermon on the Mount. And I don't think there's going to be one of you, believer or not, total atheist or not, just check that out and read it. And I don't think anyone could say that they don't fully agree with everything Jesus was saying during his Sermon on the Mount. That's how we should be living. And they weren't. and there was more judgment and more. It broke my heart is the bottom line. So I literally got so mad that I'm like, I'm not going back to church. I don't even know if I want to call myself a Christian anymore. I just want to say I'm a Jesus lover. And then people can ask me what that means, but I'm not going to just go out there and tell them. Like, I'm not going to wear it like a flag. Because it's such a beautiful, precious, personal thing for me and relationship for me that is between me and God, between me and Jesus, between me and the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
And instead to just be love, show love, do what Jesus was here to show us and to teach us. But honestly, Christians, my gosh, just stop saying you're a Christian unless, or check in with why you are saying you are a Christian and telling people you're a Christian. Like, really go deep on that one and see how much of it is actually ego, power, control. It has to do with confidence. It has to do with making you feel better about yourself or your place in life. Because if you don't really have it straight and right and pure with Him and in spirit, the enemy is coming in and he's stealing. He's stealing through you and from you. I know that's kind of bizarre and it's tough. It's hard stuff to say, but
you can sneak in, and I can see what you're saying too, because it's, feeling the need to say it, or boast about it, or have pride about it.
Pride about it. There you go. Yeah.
It's kind of like if you were genuinely being it, there would be no desire to speak of it. You would
right.
You would be.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen. And if someone were to say, there's something really cool about you, or really beautiful about you, or really sweet or special, or just feel really like something about you, what do you have something you follow or you practice, or what do you believe in, or how do you think you're that way? And then you could say,
you can share.
Well, yeah, then you can share.
Yeah.
So I'm really processing that whole thing. I'm really pulling back on that right now and deciding how and what I want to do with that.
I think I need the love diet. I think that's what
I think, yeah. I mean, even to the point, like, I have my cross on, right?
That's tough, too, because I feel like there's, when they're, gosh, I don't know how you do that. Because you're dealing with kind of a touchy subject, too, because people believe, so that, maybe that was episode 2, but, when you say you believe something, you're sort of like full in committed. So even if it's a bunch of BS, or if it's more pride and ego, you may, and you don't know that.
Yep. Yes.
It's really hard to wake up and
yeah.
You're being different from how you are speaking,
Until someone says something or something happens that wakes you up, hopefully, right?
Yeah.
So even with but even with like my son, who his father is Jewish and I'm Christian, and he was in Israel, and he bought this for me, which was very thoughtful of him, my son Jack.
Okay.
And I've worn it. I'm just loving that it's for my kid, number one, and then with like pride and just wanting people to see and know that I'm a believer.
Yep.
But then I thought, okay, in the Bible it says, like about idols, and I know it shall have no other gods before me and no false idols. Well, Jesus is not a false idol, but it's kind of like I almost feel like, well, then it's not to hide it, but precious. Like, again, not showy, not having to just.
It kind of keeps it sanctified almost, Keeps it pure.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys, I'm going through my own thing with it right now. I'm processing. It's not shaking up my faith in Jesus. Oh, do you hear that?
That was me. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
Yep.
But, if anything, it's making my relationship even stronger. And my belief and my faith even stronger, but more awake and aware in different ways with, again, what I want to do and how I want to be in this world, especially when it comes to talking about faith or Christian faith or any faith. And, the other thing, too, that I wasn't sitting well with that was happening in my church was this whole thing about, LGBTQ and I know this is getting, my kids and my husband would be like, no, don't talk right now. Like, this is when, there's cancel culture, don't talk.
Yeah.
But, we got to get really real, and it's okay, and people can be mad at me, that's all right. And I'm always here, like I said, to be challenged and to learn. But I was hearing, hey, that's wrong. That's wrong. And therefore, almost a vibe like they're out there. They're not really allowed in the church, or they're not really.
The church was saying that's wrong?
Well, I have to be careful with how I'm. How I'm articulating this, but the bottom line is, it was almost like it was you could feel a vibe of judgment, and higher up, and not love, not Jesus, not for sure. I know what Jesus would be doing, right?
Yeah.
if someone from that community came in.
Uh-huh.
And so it was really, so that wasn't sitting well with me. And then I saw this really amazing podcast on a very conservative network and station where there was this couple that he had been gay his entire life. The husband had never been with a woman and had never been attracted to women.
Yeah.
His wife, who's a woman, who he's madly in love with,
Yeah.
right? The gay guy.
Yep.
Madly in love with her, she had transitioned to be a man.
Oh, wow.
And was never attracted to guys. She was only attracted to women, and she was a Christian, and she thought she was being dishonest. She didn't want to be a lesbian because that would be going against God. I mean, it's a fascinating story.
Yeah.
And so she literally transitioned, had her breasts removed, everything to become a man, and she ended up as a man who likes women.
Okay.
Meeting her now husband, who was gay and only liked men. And they had an instant connection that they couldn't understand. They fell in love as a gay male couple.
Yeah.
Got married, and then they say they found God. They found Christ. They found their faith, and they really and you could feel it and see it and hear it in their voice, like it was beautiful and it was pure.
Yeah.
Right? And they just said, you know what, all of a sudden this didn't feel right for us anymore. We wanted to do it differently. They didn't judge it. They didn't say it was wrong or bad. They just said it wasn't right for us anymore. And so she ends up transitioning back to a female, to what she was born to be or as. And then they ended up having a child, and they have this amazing marriage, and they're going all over the world talking about this, but they're doing it from love, not from judgment, not from self-righteousness.
Yeah.
And that's what we need more of. Because there are too many self-righteous Christians, too many self-righteous human beings, and then that's the furthest away from love. Going back to energy, right?
Well, even that you're kind of what you talked about there is how they found God or found Jesus. And it's funny because like when they actually did, then they realized they were able to think about it lovingly and not judge it and put it into certain categories.
Right.
Whereas I think in general, I think the Christian church seems to sort of pick and choose what's appropriate and what's not.
Yeah.
Which I don't think Jesus would have picked and chose anything. He would have chosen everybody and been like, yes, and meet them where they're at and love them for where they're at.
Yes.
So I think maybe that's the weird disconnect they stand for it, but they don't, their values don't seem to match
no,
in some way, which is
as much as they should.
Yeah.
For where they're at.
Especially in today's world too, where we already have enough of things saying that they're being, but they're not being what they're saying.
I know,
It's like, come on, we just need somebody to just be honorable,
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So we're all figuring it out, right? So I could have people, you guys could be watching me, some people, and saying, my now 11th person.
Yeah. Ooh, we're at 11.
We're at
All right,
11.
let's go. Hey,
But, just being like, oh, you're not a Christian. How can you say, well, okay, if you're saying that, check with your heart and check with Jesus and what he'd be saying right now. Don't go religious.
Or
the spirit of religion is not of God. It's not of Jesus. It's not of the Holy Spirit. You got to be careful there. You got to be careful because, again, the enemy is a liar and a deceiver, and he is there to steal. And he is slick and sneaky. And so we need to come from love, you guys, and we need to really practice and just follow truly. Again, whether you're a believer or not, Jesus was and is a precious being in spirit, and was only of love. That's it, and is only of love. And when we're in love and coming from love and being love, all the crap and the stuff just kind of melts away anyway.
Yeah.
Things heal, just like again in my father-in-law's hospital room when where we walked in with some discord in some areas again.
Yeah.
We left just with genuinely pure love. Like we're literally telling each other we love each other and how much we love each other in the family and hugging each other now all the time. And man, that's just how it's supposed to be. And that's how it can be with all of us. It really, really, really can. We have to get to a point of where we stop looking so much at all of the reasons for separation and divide, and just look at where we really can connect and love and be one and be a powerful force together. And we are doing it and seeing it all the time when we're not aware of it on the good side of it. But then the minute something trips us and gets into our ego and power trips and power plays, we forget and we lose sight. And then that's when we're in pain. And then that's when our world's in pain. And here to change that. Here to build a better world with love. Yeah.
I think that's great.
Yeah.
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 So I guess we can. I'm not quite sure what this one says. Is it Dior partnership?
Dior.
Poise.
That's my chicken scratch
Yeah,
again.
it's high quality stuff here.
I don't even know what I wrote.
Oh, man.
Big part.
Oh, now she knows.
Yeah, man. Okay, for you 5 who follow me, you know that.
Yeah. Well, it's now 12, I think.
12? Is it
We're up to
12 now?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, I actually like that. I have to. I mean, I want more people because I want to help more people, and I want you guys to spread love, be love, and help make this world a better place. But anyway, it's fun and humbling, and it's a challenge. I've got to get you guys.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah. For those of you who know me, who have followed my career, who are friends of mine, clients of mine, you know that I've had some fun, big opportunities that have happened and have been amazing and incredible blessing and things I never expected. And so I'm just super, super, super humbled and honored. And then I've had other things that were big partnership opportunities and right there. And then either I decided, nope, this is not what I thought it was going to be. I'm not interested in being part of it. And so I left the partnerships or they didn't work. They didn't happen, right? As with many things we do in life. And but another one has just knocked on my door.
Ding dong.
Yeah, and it's super exciting. But at the same time, I'm like, okay, I'm trying not to get excited because I'm going to send it good energy and love. I have a great team surrounding me with this. And if this is God's plan and it's meant to be, and it could be so healing and good for all of you, I'm not kidding. We'll let you know. But hey, you guys, I'm going to continue to go up to bat. I'm not giving up because I believe in you and I believe in our world and I believe in love and the power and the energy of love. And so if and when I can share more with you, I will. But yes.
Yeah.
Every
That's
single
exciting.
time it's like, oh, nothing's really going on. It's just kind of like, okay, cool. It's a little breathing space and helping my clients find love and find their person or heal a marriage or a family. And then bam.
Something shows up.
Really
It's
big.
sort of the ebb and flow, I guess,
It really is, isn't it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. As long as you can go with the ebbs.
Yeah.
So you can get to the next flow.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes the ebbs
Well
are
said.
like, oh, I don't know what to do. Am I doing anything? What should I do? Am I not doing anything? What's wrong? You know?
Yep. So tell me now, from what we've learned today, what do you do then when that happens?
Oh, uh-oh. I'm on the spot.
Yep. What do we do when we're in an ebb?
You go in, quiet the mind
Oh, this is
by
good.
by giving it a little bit of love, telling it'll be okay,
Yeah.
and then ask what's next.
Yeah.
Say a prayer. I mean, that's usually what I do.
Yeah.
Go into some sort of whatever is meditative for you or quiet. Pray to that, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And with no intention, just say it and let it, ask. Like, I guess when I try and do it, I try not to boost it with my own vision of what I want.
That's what you meant by no intention. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to give it, I don't want to outline my prayer with what I think should be given to me,
Oh, okay.
I want to try and
Okay.
just give me what's appropriate for me at this moment.
Amen.
And then whatever shows up is whatever shows up.
As long as you're calling good.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yes,
Yeah.
very good. Yes. Okay. All right. Was that it? Did we have anything else in
No,
there?
I mean,
have we hit everything we need?
I mean, for the most part, we
The
got other ones
second,
here
third
for
episode?
Yeah. This is like two and a half.
This is really good, by the way. Yeah. I'm not even a whiskey drinker. Go ahead.
No. Guests. Would you like to have guests? Do you have something to say?
I do want to
about
have guests. And actually, I had somebody reach out on. This is hardcore. I'm interviewing her on Saturday first to see if I think that she'd be good, a good guest for the podcast.
Yeah.
She's someone that I'm friends with on Facebook. She reached out. She's got a pretty heavy, hardcore story.
Yeah.
I just want to learn more about it, and then and you guys can do that too if you want to reach out to me on social and you have a story you want to share. You want to come on the show. Whatever it
that's a
is.
great
But
idea
we're
too,
gonna
yeah.
see. So I'm gonna I'll talk to her on Saturday. But yeah, I've got a lot of friends that are, in the world and society. They're in big places. They're really respected experts in pretty much every arena you can think of. They're just, to me, they're brothers and sisters. And but at the same time, I know that they're people that you really appreciate and respect and see on TV and read about. And so yes, we definitely are going to start having my friends and guests that are experts in different areas to kind of share what's going on and best ofs that can help improve your life in all different areas and make things just a little bit or a lot easier for you.
Yeah.
Or a lot.
A lot. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're pushing an hour. That's all we got on your list here.
All right.
Unless we want to schmooze a bit more about the world, the sky, animals.
I think so. Here's what I have going on. I have my son and I, Jack, who moved to Chicago. This was the first time in his life and mine that we were not together for our birthdays.
Oh.
And so we are going to a very nice restaurant tonight and
Okay.
just having a mother-son birthday celebration
That's
with each
fun.
other. Excited for that.
Can we ask where you're going?
Nope.
Oh. No.
And then what else was I going to say? What else? Because there was something now. Oh, I will say this. I'm heading to Aspen next week. So if any of
Okay.
you are in Aspen, I will be there on, next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, interviewing a gentleman for one of my clients and then a bunch of other really lovely people. So I'm excited about that. And got to get her in love.
Yep.
She's a good person, a good, lovely, amazing life.
Yeah.
But we need to just add that little touch of love,
touch.
and then it's all perfect.
Dun, 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 make it sparkle.
Make it sparkle.
Yep.
She's already sparkly.
Is she? Well, that's good.
Add a little more sparkle. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right, folks. I think we're good.
Yeah.
It was so lovely and an honor to talk to you, and I hope I helped you. And if you have any comments or thoughts, please share them. And we may be
And we'll
going
have
live.
links too. So, I mean, like she said, send questions.
Yep.
Let us know. Really, whatever you want to say. I don't know.
Yeah.
Wanna
Just
question,
share it.
comment, say stuff. If we get a whole bunch, we'll answer whatever we can, or ones that are catch our fancy. I guess I don't know.
They catch our fancy,
Yep.
and you can ask a question for a friend.
Oh, there you go.
For a friend.
It's not for me. It's my friend actually.
My friend, Bob. Yeah. Okay. All right. Love you. Go be love. And can't wait to see you. Until next time.
Until next time, everybody. Thanks for joining us on the Love
Happy
Happy Hour.